So I'm already like, oh man, I wanna show these guys how good I am, and I wanna teach them 1,000 different things. And like I said, you might end up losing in the weeds, especially with that. There's so many different submissions. The best thing I tell you is pick what's arms. If you're like, you know what, I'm good at Darces, I got long arms, fine. You know, I was saying to the guys over there, like I'll be walking in the grocery store, like with my wife and stuff, and I'll just be looking at people and like, damn, look at that guy's legs. He should be good at triangle. I bet that guy doesn't know anything, you know? So if I was telling him like, hey man, you know, because I'll see, especially you guys know what a dead orchard is. This is another move right here, and then we'll do the last thing. Is it's going to be an arm triangle that I really like. A dead orchard is where you get both arms in, go ahead, Joan, and it's like a triangle like this, right? Some people got long ass legs. The first time I see like you know, women especially with long legs, I'll be like, dang, I want to go like Trinity. I wanted to go her. She already knows what it is. She's done it a bunch of times. But I want to walk right up to him and be like, look, I don't want to come off like a jerk, and I know you don't know me and I don't train with you, but you should be doing dead orchards. Because you're perfect for that. Someone with short arms, like someone with short legs, that might not be the move for you. You know, you might have to go for something else. So I always try to, especially with those moves, come around and just help people. Some of you guys are big guys that got pretty good flexibility with your legs. You know, so just like I said, pick one or two things and go from there. Now, last thing, and then we'll get some rolls in. I'll ask some questions too if anybody, is this is my best submission. It's just an arm triangle, but I feel like the way I do it is it makes it easier for a smaller guy to tap someone who's bigger, and it puts a lot of pressure on the neck. This is the one I like, right? And for a while, it's the same thing. I just practiced this a million times. I didn't just get good at it one time, like someone showed me a trick and then I figured it out. Sometimes that does help with the move, but most of the time, it's like a move like this where I have to go back and just keep getting my squeezes in, especially because this is not a big squeeze, but the more I squeeze things, like I just grab a foam roller and just squeeze the hell out of it like a crazy person, because that's how I'm getting my practice, getting those squeezes in, right? Every time I get another one in or I get a tap or an arm triangle, I'm like, yes, mark it down on the calendar, that's 3 today or whatever, right? So with this one, same thing. You're gonna have to go for it a bunch of times until you tweak it exactly for yourself, right? Because everybody's moves are a little bit different. Each person might know the same stuff, right? But slightly different. When you do it, you might be able to fix it like, oh, I don't do it like that, but he does and it works for him, right? So this is one of those, right? So anyway, sits down, right? And give you my spiel on this. When I go for the arm triangle, you guys know what an arm triangle is, where the arms are crossed, and I'm trying to choke them out from here, right? Now, a lot of people like to jump out here, and I do like this too, and I've had to do this sometimes just to end up in this position, right? But the reason why I don't like it as much, it doesn't work great for me, so I'm not that big, and it allows the person's lower half to do all types of stuff, right? He can even spin away from me, right? Which makes it, I don't necessarily have it, but I can still finish in different, I like this choke too, I can still finish them in different ways like that. Or, what I've seen happen a lot, I've seen Thor pull off when big guys have them, and they stay in mount, and they have him in this chopping block position, and they finally go to here, and then they jump off, and he's like, thank God, and then he flies backwards, and then gets up, and then the guy's like, no, I still got him, and it ends up being like a takedown, and then he had an arm triangle and block, right? So that happens too with this position, when I have him in an arm bar. If I don't, in 10th plan a lot, we hold their leg, right? And he calls a spider leg. I'm trying to finish the arm bar while holding his leg. The second I let go of his leg and I go here, his lower body can do whatever it wants. Same with the arm triangle. That's why I like to finish it from mount, right? Anytime I jump off to side control, his body can just flail all over the place, and I'm only holding, it's only my head and arms holding his head and arms, not enough. I want to control his whole body so he can't move, right? So first thing, before I even have the arm triangle, I'm going to try to lock up the side that I'm doing the arm triangle off. The other side is hooking his with a butterfly hook, right? We do this from mount, old school, people just hook both, go under here. I just want this one for now. I want this side one right here. Get the arm triangle. Remember, we're just working on the finish, so I don't care about the setup. Just get to your arm triangle. And a lot of people, they like this gable grip. That's one of them. Gable grips like this, like they're making meatballs right here, like the S grip. This is another one too. An S right here. I don't know why, but for some reason this one really works for me in this spot, right? So I put the S grip in, right? I have my head, my ear is right by his shoulder. I hook his leg, and from here I'm gonna fall off to the side, right? And see how I have him sideways? I want that, right? I want him to feel the pressure, but also not be able to get his leg out, right? Because the more he gets his leg out, it's one step from being here and being able to escape, right? So I'm keeping that butterfly hook. Where is it? And then I fall my hip to the side. And from here, I'm pulling on this like a zip tie, and I have it right in that artery right there and I get the 10, right? If I have my arm across right here on that, what I was saying, carotid artery making a joke, that's what I want, right? I want it right on that side. And I can tell you right now, most of the mistakes that people make in the arm triangle, I feel, is they're too high. And I'll just walk around and be able to say, get lower, get lower. The lower you get, even if you have to reset, the better it's gonna be, the tighter I feel, right? You get it to the right spot. If you're up here and you feel like your shoulder's crushing their chin, you're too high. Get lower, right? Even if I get lower here, look, still got the S grip, put the hook in, and now I snake around to the side. So I bend this whole body, and then from here, I get the count, right? I'll be around, I'll try to choke some of you guys out, see how it feels. But we don't really spend too much time on it because I don't want you to go home just constantly getting choked every 5 seconds, right? But I want you to try really good. You want to be over? Right, so he's got mounts, he hooks the leg, and then from here it's tight, and he's squeezing me, but once he drops that hip off, right here, now I'm in. The guy's down here. By the time I go to address the leg situation, I'm already close. Right? I did this one in a couple big matches of mine, and a lot of times when I hit it on the guy before I retired, the guy didn't think I had it. And he was like, I could hear him like, and then all of a sudden he went, and then all of a sudden he went to sleep. And I was like, oh damn, I was putting him to sleep, that was sick. You know, I was like, make sure he was all right at first. And then after that, because I got choked out before a couple times in comps too, where I just didn't feel like tapping. But the cool thing about it is I'm not that big, and he didn't think that I had it. And then it was too late already. He was like, he doesn't have it, and he's sleeping, right? And that's what I want with the choke. I want it to be easy for you, so that way a smaller person choke out someone bigger, or at least your own size. You'll be able to get them without, and when you're tired, you don't have to use a lot of pressure and stop squeezing so much. It's just the right angle where you're cutting off the, you know, artery there and it's toast, it's true, right? That's what I would say. So let's give it a try, go back and forth with your partner, right? Put the arm triangle in, S grip, get the hook, and then drop that hip on him right there. Once that hip drops, it's like the guillotine. Boom, it's over. All right, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Last